bent on holding them to my boundaries where I wasn't holding me to my boundaries. You just never know why things are happening. Creating peace for yourself is not an overnight thing. It goes back to when you were in the womb. Hey y'all, it's Key here. Welcome back to the channel. I guess I should say, hey Keys. It's gonna take a minute for me to remember to say that, but hey Keys, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time, then welcome. You a Key now too. If you don't know, I call y'all Keys just because I'm in a journey where I realize that I am the key to whatever door that I decide to open, and so are y'all. I got a stack full of clothes here now. One thing about me, I hate doing laundry. I'm a mom, and with being a mom, you got a lot of clothes, and I hate doing clothes. I hate washing them, but I really hate putting them up. I ain't got no choice though, so we're about to do it together, and I'm about to talk about how you can create peace in your life, or some tips and techniques that I've been using to create peace for me. Before I start, I fold how I fold. That's it. I fold how I fold. Anyways, let's get into the video. Creating peace. The first thing that I want to talk about, I had a hard time being alone. I'm just now getting friends, but initially, like, I was just alone. And even when I was alone, like, I was doing other things to fill up my time to where I wasn't really sitting in my emotions. And during this process, I don't know why I folded this, because I do not fold it. During this process, I realized that I was scared to be alone. Like, I was scared to really sit in the stillness, in the darkness, and really figure it out. Like, what's the problem? Why am I here right now? What is this teaching me? Versus me saying this is what it is, and then going into like the judgment of it and being all sad and depressed and stuff. No, like really sitting in it and being like, okay, this is exactly what it is. I can't change that. What can I change and adapt? With peace, there needs to be a certain amount of time that you have to yourself throughout each and every day. Like, you need to be alone. You need no stimuli at all. Nothing, just to just sit there. We in a society where we gotta move, and it's becoming normal to us, and we need time to just sit on our ass and just be, literally just be. That's one thing that I'm realizing. For me, I need to be able to sit still and just be me. Just sit in my emotions, just sit and figure out whatever. Also, that can be your time to meditate. Meditation is a great form of stillness. Yeah, thoughts are still gonna come. That's a part of meditation. Like, for the longest, I thought meditation was this thing where I'm gonna sit there and I'm not gonna have any thoughts pop up in my head, and if I did, something was wrong with me. Like, no, meditation is literally sitting there, allowing the thoughts to come to you, right? Like, trying to focus on your breath or whatever you choose in that moment. It can be a part of your body or just energy throughout your hands. Like, sometimes I do it where it's just energy that I feel throughout my hands, right? During that, like, you just sit there, and if thoughts come to you, you don't judge them. Acknowledge them, you honor them, and then you allow them to flow out and just refocus back on something else. I didn't really like view it as that for the longest. Like, I was just like, I'm sitting here like I done had a whole conversation with myself about what I'm gonna cook tonight. Like, that's normal. So really just create that time alone for yourself, and like whatever that stillness looks like for you, create that and have that every day. Like, literally every day for yourself, especially if you're a parent, because I noticed for me as a mom, I get stimulated very quickly. I need time by myself. I really do, or otherwise I'm just gonna be like really cranky and low energy. Like, I'm not gonna have the energy to put into the stuff that I want to do. Creating that time, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, however much you can have throughout the day for you, create that and really sit in that with no other stimuli. And it's gonna be hard, and like, one beautiful thing that I like to do is do it kind of in nature. You really get to just really zone out. Not only do you really get to zone out, but you also get like this, the peace is amplified because you hear the birds, you hear water, you hear your feet touching the ground. Like, it's all these things that you hear, which would kind of take you off track, but like, it's like it's a normal thing. Like, it kind of just helps you to know that there's always stuff going on around you, but are you gonna take the time to like focus on the things that really matter? I hope that makes sense. We're down number 1, but this pile is still large. Number 2 is breath work. A lot of times when I needed the peace, my anxiety was triggered, or it was me just not really being able to process things how I needed to. So really taking the time and grounding myself. And one that I've implemented that I do for like 5, sometimes 10 minutes is pranayama. At the very least, do it for 5 minutes. But it's a great grounding technique for me. I'll do it for like 5-10 minutes, and then I'll pray, and then I'll go about my day, or I'll journal or whatever, because that's another like way that I just like to process my stuff. So like my routine is pretty much the breathwork, prayer, the meditation, the journaling, or I'll go into another meditation after that. Grounding is just a great form of creating that peace within you, because it allows your body to get still. You just really like ground in where you are and be present. I guess number 1 and number 2 kind of goes hand in hand, but I'm gonna separate them because that is what it is. Number 3 is creating boundaries. Boundaries, baby. Boundaries are a big part of creating peace for yourself. If you don't establish boundaries, then you're not gonna have peace, because you're gonna either be in a mode of people pleasing or trying to overexert your energy, and neither one of those are good. For me, I've always been a people pleaser. That was really challenging to get out of, and sometimes I notice I still kind of want to be, you know what I'm saying? We all have moments where, depending on the person, like it's just harder, you know. But creating boundaries, first and foremost, I want to say I used to think that when I created these boundaries, people were supposed to just respect them. I remember the first time I implemented boundaries with an old friend. You know, these are my new boundaries. Either you accept them or you don't. When you approach it like that, like, yes, you want people to respect your boundaries, but it's not about the people. It's about you. What can you control? You creating the boundaries, like you choosing what boundaries you want to create and how you respond to things. For me, I was so bent on holding them to my boundaries where I wasn't holding me to my boundaries. At the end of the day, it's about you upholding your boundaries. If they cross a boundary for you, you need to then go about and see how you want to respond to that. Do you want to express it? Do you want to take a minute to step back? Do you want to no longer have this person in your life? Is it something where you've already expressed your boundaries to them and they keep negating it, and now it's like a whole issue? What do you want to do? Because only you can create those boundaries, and only you can truly uphold those boundaries. So for me, I noticed when I wasn't doing that, or I was doing things more so for people versus for myself, there was a heaviness for me. I just wasn't happy. And if I'm always appeasing somebody else, I'm not gonna feel good, and I'm gonna start adapting to like what that person sees for me, or what that person needs from me, and what they need and see from you ain't what's best for you sometimes. Number 4, watching your mindset. Watching my mindset, how I think about things that happen, has been the biggest thing for me lately. I am the type of person who, when things happen, I automatically go into judgment mode. And with that, that can be very damaging. It's not a stable foundation for peace to even be created on. How do you react to things? Where are those reactions stemming from? Why do you react the way that you react? What emotion is causing you to react the way that you react? Is it always the same emotion? If it is always the same emotion, then what is it? What is that trigger? So then, instead of reacting negatively, you want to sit there and notice the reaction and find a way to transmute it, whether it's having to just tell the story in another way. For example, say if like you on the road, right? Somebody in front of you is driving slow, but you in a hurry. You can't go around, right? And it's like, dang, this person driving so slow. They gonna make me late to work. Like what? Da 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 da. You know? And instead of thinking that way, it's like noticing and then being like, you know what? Maybe there's a reason why the person is driving slow. maybe God don't want me to get to work at my normal time because something may happen or something. You just never know like why things are happening, and instead of being in a place of like, oh, this is happening to me, it's really like it's happening for me. And then even doing affirmations to like help you change it. You can either change it completely, like just change the storyline, or you could do affirmations to help you to slowly change that mindset. Because for me, it wasn't an overnight thing, and none of these things, like creating peace for yourself, is not an overnight thing. And this is another thing, like anything that you do is going to take time. It's not an overnight switch. And I think I was just so in a phase of like, I want this right now, da da da. It's just a thing of like, you gotta understand that it's not gonna happen overnight. So it's gonna take time, especially with your mind, because your mind has been this way for however long, and it's been created, especially your subconscious has been created since when you was in a womb. You know what I'm saying? It don't just go back to when you was a baby. It goes back to when you were in the womb, what your mom was ingesting, what your mom was around, the environment that she was around. It was affecting you. The umbilical cord, it connects you. So anything that she was ingesting, whether it was physically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, if she was drinking something or hearing something, it was affecting you. Changing your mindset is a challenging thing. It's normal. And I think with that, it's also like, give yourself grace within that. So anyways, just throw in some affirmations to help you like slowly change it. And what I mean by that is like, I have an understanding that it takes time to change. I have an understanding that my mind is a place that was created from when I was in my mom's womb. So I choose to embrace where we currently are, and I choose to take the time to love and strengthen it, to help it form better thoughts. I am in the process of creating a space within my mind that is peaceful. I do have a few more, but I'm gonna just do the fifth one because I gotta get these clothes done, y'all. The fifth one is water manifestation. Water is just a beneficial way, period, of truly manifesting, of clearing. The more water you intake, the more it flushes out your system, you know? And so when you think about it like that, water is just a great method of manifestation. If you know, I have a page called Affirmed Mama. On my Instagram, I have a TikTok and everything. I'm really into affirmations. And affirmations was something that I used when I was pregnant with my baby. And that was the very first time that I was able to like shift my mind, you know, like the very first time that I was intentional in shifting my mind. I knew I wanted to have my baby naturally. There were so many like women and just people around me that were saying like, no, you couldn't. But no, I believed in myself. That's what I wanted to do. Affirmations really helped me. Yes, I use other techniques. If you're interested in that, I have a video, but also I don't mind making an updated video about that because I miss being pregnant and I miss having a baby and I miss breastfeeding and all that stuff, y'all. That was the first time that I really like was able to change my mindset and just think in a better way and knew that I was capable of any fucking thing because I'm a woman and I'm a boss and I can do shit. That's the type of energy we need to have 24/7. That's what and speaking of it, y'all, back to water manifestation. I have a video on my TikTok that talks about water manifestation and where you just basically speak affirmations into your water. Now, to be honest, I really just flow with this. I don't go into it and write down some affirmations or anything like that. Like, no, I just flow. I realize when I flow versus writing it that it works better for me because I'm able to feel the emotions more organically. And a lot of times when you say affirmations, you want to be able to feel it. So therefore you're changing it, right? And so for me, the more and more I say it into my water, the more and more I feel it. Like I can feel that energy just building and building and building. The key part to it is actually when you speak your name into it. So if you know numerology, you know that your name is like your life path. And so when you were born into this world, you automatically had everything that you needed. You don't need nothing else. You came into this world whole. Knowing that you done came into this world whole, speaking your name, you already got it. And that's how I thought about it. Like if I already came into this world whole, my birth name holds so much power. Like literally so much power. And so I speak my birth name into it because that's who I came into this world to be. So let me explain to you why like water manifestation creates peace. Because it's the intent behind it. It's the affirmations that you choose to use. And it's your power. When you speak from a place of power, not like overexertion of power, but a balanced place of power, you are able to create that peace. because you know who you are, you honor who you are, you respect who you are. There's a place within you that holds space truly for who you are, and who you are is that peace. When you know yourself, when you love yourself, when you respect yourself, nothing else can shake. Nothing can shake you, because you know exactly who you are. That's the peace. The peace isn't outside of us, it's within us. And through figuring out who we are and sitting with ourselves and all the other things that I've listed, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are able to truly create that peace for you, truly. And so some things may still come and, you know, try to shake you and stuff. That's life. Through those challenges, if you have a solid foundation, then it's up from there and you have that peace. So anyways, with those, I hope that y'all take away some good, you know, key points. You know what I'm saying? You get to determine that you are the key. Creating your own peace, your own happiness, your own joy. And y'all know I love y'all. I love y'all, keys. Like, I just want to remind you, you are the key to your own happiness, your own joy, your own success. You can open whatever doors you want to open around you. Like, just know that for sure. Anything you want to do. Oh, anything you want to do. Just have the faith in yourself, because you can do it. Anyways, that's it, y'all. I still got a lot of clothes to do, but I have enjoyed making this video. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe and stuff. Like, please. And hit the notification bell if you like my video. Love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace.